let's talk the logistics a little bit here. I would imagine, getting the PPE out there not all that hard, but what about getting the vaccine out there? You're talking the Pfizer vaccine, so that's a heavy lift to keep that refrigerated. And you said zero unused doses, so there was some logistics and planning around that. How did you take care of that?
Absolutely. So we had been, I'm going to say, practicing quite a bit with our other locations. The trickiest part of this one was obviously it was outdoors. So creating a lot of redundancy just to make sure that nothing could go wrong was really what we needed to focus on for pharmacy. So we had a whole tent outside, a secure tent that was dedicated to our pharmacy team. So of course we had to, get the vaccine out to the location, make sure that we had freezers and backup freezers and generators, a whole team. One of the most important pieces of the operation for pharmacy was, our teams are working with their bare hands, and so they need to be in a space that's warm. They can't wear their gloves. It's they can wear surgical gloves, but no winter gloves. And so we had to make sure that the temperature was warm enough for them, for our staff, but not too warm for the vaccine. So there were quite a few just operational hurdles we needed to work through. Also, just making sure that there was really constant communication, especially as the day wore on, our thawing process, and making sure that we had enough vaccine up until the very last patient arrived. So it was just a very close communication. One of the lessons learned from our first weekend was we had the pharmacy tent kind of located off-site a little bit. And we ended up moving our vaccine tent to be in the middle of the madness. So we moved them to be inside of our large tent that all of our cars were driving through. And that created a really close communication with them. And it just had them really at the center of the entire event, which helped us as we got closer to the end of the event. One of the most important pieces is just making sure we don't overthaw and making sure that we use every single dose. And so that became a really good lesson for us to make sure that those vaccinators, or the vaccinators and the pharmacists, were arm in arm.